Okay.
Open a new voice log entry.
Acknowledged. Recording.
Okay. This is Captain Liv Rhodes, personal log entry for 7th October 2126. This will be my final week aboard Kronos 2. In just a few days, I'll be leaving Saturn behind and making my way to my new assignment on Ceres. This will be my final week aboard. Should I say it out loud? In just a few days, I'll be leaving Saturn behind and making my way to my new assignment on Ceres.
Okay, here we go.
Anyway, all mining sites are running smoothly. Overnight harvest totals are a bit lower than we had. We had some sputtering on the number 12 RTS thruster. Jack and I managed. Jack? Good. Hold on a tick. Hera, pause recording.
Acknowledged, Captain Rhodes.
Jack. Good. Morning, sunshine. And how are we feeling today? Hera, pause recording.
Acknowledged.
Jack? Hello? Over here. Sunshine. Hera, let's go ahead and run Jack's calibration program.
Acknowledged.
Right. In you go, Jack. I'll see you in a few. Let's go ahead and run Jack's calibration program.
Module D221. Manual dexterity. Module D221. Manual dexterity. I am Hera, Central AI for the Kronos 2 Orbital Mining Facility. I will guide you through this calibration program. I am Hera. First, close your hand to form a fist. Now extend your index finger. Good. To proceed, use your index finger to press the hollow button in front of you. Now reach out and grab the glowing disc that just appeared. Calibration module complete. Please stand by. Module M101. Basic motor functions. Module M101. Basic motor functions. Please pull the handle above you to exit the activation pod. This labor unit will guide you through the module. Now carefully follow it by pulling yourself through the environment using any solid circuit. Calibration module complete. Module M205. Maneuvering thrusters. Calibration module. Module M205. Thrusters. Your hands are equipped with maneuvering thrusters, allowing you to move more freely in zero gravity. Activate left thruster. Activate right thruster. Now please exit the activation pod and use your maneuvering thrusters to reach the door ahead. Thrusters can be used in short bursts or held down for continuous usage.
Come on.
Now navigate the environment using only your maneuvering thrusters. Reboot initiated. Reminder, please do not touch any surfaces in the hallway. Reboot initiated. Calibration module complete. Module C-111.
So rusty.
Communication. Calibration module. You will now calibrate the communication system. When someone speaks to you, a reply notification may appear above your wrist. You may then respond by holding down the dialogue button on either hand and selecting a reply with your index finger. Hold down the dialogue button now. Input confirmed. Now hold down the dialogue button and select a reply.
Understood.
Good. Continuing calibration. Often you will have a limited time to select a reply. In these cases, silence is considered a viable option. Do you understand?
Acknowledged.
Limited time
I'm ready to proceed.
Understood. Continuing calibration. Now exit the activation pod and move into the room ahead.
I'm ready to proceed.
You can also initiate conversations at points of interest throughout the world. If you look at certain people or objects while you are close to them, their name will appear, and an icon will indicate that you can use the dialogue button. You may then hold down the dialogue button and select an option, just like a reply. Now start a conversation with the labor unit, and speak about the Fury transport model in this room.
Unit 42, what is your primary directive?
To assure the safety and well-being of Kronos 2 station personnel.
Unit 42, what is your secondary directive?
Preserving the integrity of Atlas Corporation's property and equipment.
A Mark 1 Fury transport, 148th scale.
Be advised, while real Fury transports can be used to travel to distant locations across the Kronos 2 station, I do not recommend attempting to run this one.
Noted.
Transports can be used to travel to distant communication system fully calibrated.
Fail.
Would you like to proceed to the next module?
I'm ready to proceed.
Acknowledged. Please stand by.
Fail.
Would you like to proceed to the next module? Module A, 131. Data scanner. Module A, 131. Error. Calibration program failure. Stand by for reboot.
Alrighty, plus 6 seconds, of course.
Your Echo unit is the perfect subject for
Alrighty.
initial test runs.
This is crap. And what? Jack? Sorry, I have to go. Kronos 2 out.
Alrighty.
And what? Jack? Jack? What happened? Kronos 2 out.
My calibration program crashed. I appear to be stuck in the activation pod.
What happened? That's odd. Your diagnostic programs
My
never
calibration
just
program
flat out
I
crashed
appear
before.
to be stuck in the activation
It
pod.
must have suspended the pod's release procedures.
In the event of activation pod failure, Titan Protocol recommends performing a complete power cycle of the pod, followed by a level 3 inspection of... In the event of activation pod failure, Titan Protocol recommends performing a complete power cycle of the
You're all
pod,
set.
followed by a level 3 inspection of the... In the event of activation...
Listen, about my conversation with Command, how much did you overhear? Listen, about my conversation with Command, how much did you overhear? Okay, well, I'm just going to put it out there. You're not coming with me to Ceres. Command wants you to stay here and take over my duties as station commander, so... I guess this is our last week together. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Look, I guess this is our last week together. They just hit me with this news a few minutes ago. Yeah. I mean, Command splitting us up, I never even considered it a possibility. Not entirely sure what to say. I mean, Command except... I'm sorry, Jack. Not entirely sure what to say. I'm sorry, Jack. Come on then. No sense putting it off. Let's get our last week started. Why don't you go activate the bridge while I pull the overnight?
Copy that.
Let's get our last week started.
Transitioning to daytime cycle.
Copy that.
Transitioning to daytime cycle.
I'm really going to miss this part. I'll get started on the morning checklist in a bit. Just give me a moment to soak in this view.
Take your time.
I'll get started on the morning checklist in a bit.
Let's get started on that checklist.
You sure? There's no rush. It is our last week, after all.
Let's get started on that checklist. Yes, I'm sure. We should try to maintain our schedule.
Suit yourself. All work and no play.
What was that?
Nothing.
Yes, I'm sure. We should try to maintain our schedule.
So, Jack, I suppose congratulations are in order.
What was that? For what?
For your promotion.
There's really no need for that.
Come on now, it's a big deal. In a few days, you'll be Captain
For what?
Jack. So,
There's really
congratulations, Captain Jack.
What I mean is, as an Echo unit, I hold no official rank. So technically, I can't be promoted.
Congratulations, Captain. Right. Well,
What I mean is, as an
that's too
Echo
bad.
unit, I hold no official
Captain
rank.
Jack has
So
quite a ring to
technically,
it.
I can't be promoted. Also, you are the only person who calls me Jack. To everyone else, I'm merely Echo 1.
Is that your way of saying you're going to miss me?
Also, you are the only person who calls me Jack. I have no... I'm merely Echo
What was
1.
that? Is that your way of saying you're going to miss me? Jack, did you feel that? What the hell? Please tell me you can see that.
Affirmative. I see it.
Any idea what it Please tell me you can see that.
I'm afraid not. There are no records of any such phenomenon in the Atlas Interplanetary Database. It is an anomaly.
What the...
Interplanetary Database. It is an anomaly.
Jack, are you alright?
Never mind me. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Whatever that was, it looks to only have affected the electronics.
Never
Are you
mind
sure
me.
you're
Are
okay?
you all right? Minor glitches. No permanent damage. Liv, it's possible that anomaly is not entirely stable.
You think?
Priority alert.
Minor glitches. No permanent
Hollow
damage.
table.
Liv,
Something's
it's
wrong.
possible that anomaly I'll investigate. Entirely stable.
You think? Hera, initiate full spectrum scan. Focus on the following
I'll
coordinates.
investigate. Hera, status report.
Multiple Tier 1 malfunctions detected.
Isolate and identify.
Acknowledged. Isolating.
Hera,
Awaiting
status
input. Saturn Orbital Zone Beta. Orbital Mining Facility. Designation. Kronos 2. Central Mining Station. Awaiting input. Saturn Orbital Zone Beta. Malfunctions isolated. Designation.
That is a
Kronos
lot of
2.
bread.
Central Mining Station.
Perhaps it's not as bad as it looks.
Ground fault recorded in the cargo bay. Possible circuit overload. Reading marked temperature increase in the core containment chamber. Lockdown procedures in effect. Power failure reported in primary oxygen garden. Emergency failsafes triggered.
So that's it? That's all we've got to go on?
Hera, can you give us an in-depth scan of each affected area?
Negative. Unable to establish communication with cube satellites.
Wait, we
Can you
lost
give
the
us an
cube
in-depth
sats.
scan of each affected area?
How the hell...
Negative. Unable to establish
Forget it.
communication with cube
Let's just
satellites.
have a look for ourselves. Where are you, little bugger? Ah, here we are. Jack, could you do us a favor and scan this CubeSat?
I'll need to calibrate my scanner first. Stand by. It'll only be a moment.
Jack, could you do us a favor and scan this CubeSat?
I'll need to calibrate my scanner first. Stand by.
Module A-131. Data scanner. Your scanning tool allows you to collect data on anything in the environment. Please exit the pod to begin calibrating it. Please follow me to the disk spawner at the back of the room. Now activate your scanner by pressing the button on top of your hand. Both of your hands have this functionality. Good. Now aim the scanner at the I/O port on the disk spawner and hold the trigger to initiate a scan. After scanning something, its name will appear next to your hand on the scanner's data tab. To see the results of your scan, grasp the tab and pull it away from your hand. Pull the data tab now. Excellent. Use the button on top of your hand to deactivate the scanner now.
Oh, fuck.
Good. To complete this module, gather scan data on 5 other materials or objects. Force 3 scans remaining. 2 scans remaining. 1 scan remaining. Calibration module complete.
Oh, so bad.
Please stand by.
Fuck.
Scanner fully calibrated.
Oh, so bad.
Heads up.
Fuck.
Scanner
Give that
fully
CubeSat a
calibrated.
scan.
So bad.
See if you can work out what's wrong with it.
Scan complete.
Right. Well, what's the story?
According to these readings, something was disrupting the CubeSat's ability to communicate with the rest of the sensor network.
Was?
My scanner appears to have reset the CubeSat's transmitters and restored the connection.
Oh, well, problem solved. All you have to do is find and scan every last CubeSat we've scattered across the entire facility.
Sounds like fun.
Of course, it would to you. I'll send an objective to your ARM computer, but consider it low priority for now.
Sounds like fun. Objective received.
Right then, on to the real problems. What do you think? What's next?
Objective received. Hera's scan of the anomaly will likely take some time. Perhaps we should get started on repairing those malfunctions.
Good idea. That anomaly's certainly
Hera's
given us
scan of the
plenty to
anomaly
do.
will likely take some
I
time.
count 3 to 1
Perhaps we should get
malfunction
started on
being
repairing
our
those
attention.
malfunctions.
Good idea. I'll need a few minutes to pull today's command codes off my console. You can just keep yourself occupied till then, I'm sure.
Of course. Of course.
Jack, you're blocking my view. Yes, Jack? Jack, you're blocking my view. Ready to go, Jack?
Yes, let's get started.
Great. Not the best way to start our last week. Don't believe we've ever seen this many malfunctions all
let's
at the
get
same
started.
time. Not the best way to start our last week. Don't believe we've ever seen this many malfunctions all at the same time. Of course, we've never had an unidentified spatial anomaly just magically appear right up our port bow either. So it's kind of a day of firsts. Really? We've never had an unidentified spatial anomaly just magically appear right up our port bow either. So it's kind of a day of firsts. Really? Ah! What the...
Warning, unsecured cargo in the hold.
Yeah, that much I worked out. Can you tell me why we have unsecured cargo in the hold?
Negative.
Okay, well, we might want to look into that. Can you tell me why we have unsecured cargo in the hold?
Negative.
There you go.
We might want to look into that. All right, Jack. Looks like there's a lot to do this morning.
Any priority alerts?
Well, it'll be your station soon. What problem do you want to tackle first?
Send the data to my ARM computer. I'll have a look.
Priority alerts.
Well, it'll be your station soon.
Let's see.
Take a look at your objectives on your ARM computer and let me know which one you want to address first.
Let's see. Let's fix the power failure in the oxygen garden.
Okay, follow me.
Let's fix the power failure in the oxygen garden.
Okay, follow me.
We aren't troubleshooting this problem yet. I should follow Liv.
Looks like the power failure knocked out the door to the oxygen garden. I'll pull the manual release. Looks like the power failure knocked out the door to the oxygen. And of course, the access panel is stuck. Jack, I think you're going to have to cut through.
I'll need to calibrate my reactive cutter first.
Right. Considering the power outage, let's also calibrate your entry light.
I'll need to calibrate my reactive cutter first.
Considering
Module A, 901. Reactive cutter. Module A, 901. Reactive cutter. Please exit the activation pod and proceed to the door ahead. Activate your reactive cutter by pressing the glowing touch point on the underside of your wrist. Highlighting cuttable surface. Use the reactive cutter to cut through the highlighted brackets. Cutter functionality test complete. Lift open the door to proceed. Use the reactive cutter to cut through the highlighted brackets. Cutter functionality test complete. Highlighting cuttable surface. Use your reactive cutter to cut out a portion of the highlighted panel. Once you have cut away enough of the panel, press the hollow button to complete this calibration module. Calibration module complete. Please stand by. Module H-144. Helmet visor. Module H. You can open and close your helmet visor by pressing the button on the left side of your helmet with your index finger. Please open your helmet visor now. Now please exit the activation pod and proceed to the room ahead. You can activate your headlamp by pressing a button on the right side of your helmet. Once your headlamp is on, shine it on my location. Well done. I am moving to new coordinates in the next room. Find me and shine your headlamp on my location. Well done. I am moving to excellent. Calibration module complete.
Reactive cutter and headlamp calibrated successfully.
Copy that. Cut through the access panel so we can pull the door release handle.
Reactive cutter and headlamp calibrated successfully.
Copy that. Cut through the access panel. Excellent. Follow me. Let's get started. Hope you're not afraid of the dark. Can you use your headlamp to help me find the electrical grid maintenance?
Affirmative. Olivia, I've located the maintenance panel.
Perfect. Keep your light on it for a moment while I remove the cover.
Affirmative. Olivia, I've located the maintenance panel.
Keep your light on it for a moment while I remove the cover.
Affirmative. Olivia,
Looks like we've got some fused wiring.
status report.
Short caused a full system crash. We'll need to reset each of the environmental controls. Can you find the emergency junction while I sort out this mess?
Damn it.
I've reached the junction cover. Did you bring a spanner?
Just cut through the vault. We can deal with the cleanup after we figure out what's wrong with the station.
Affirmative. Going hot. Electronic interface. I'll need to use my scanner to link up with the I/O port. Emergency power online.
The
Affirmative.
backup conduit only has enough juice to
Electronic
drive one
interface.
way.
I'll need to use my scanner to link
Go
up
ahead
with
and
the
get
I/O
started when you're ready.
port. Emergency power on. I'll need to cut the bolt off this cover too. I'll need to cut the bolt off this cover too.
Water flow restored.
Irrigation system within operating parameters.
Good. That should help keep the plants healthy.
Water flow.
Irrigation system
Use
within
the
operating
junction to select another system.
The O2 mixture is off. I'll need to adjust the levels of atmospheric exchange.
Careful with that, Jack. One of us still has to breathe the air here for the next few
The
days.
O2 mixture is off. I'll need to adjust the levels of atmospheric exchange.
Careful with that, Jack. One of us still has to breathe the air here for the next few days.
God damn it, how's... How do I stuff that up so bad?
Bioregenerative systems.
My god, I'm so...
CO2 capture
rusty.
optimized for both plant and mammalian passengers.
Mammalian,
How do I
huh?
stuff that up so
How
bad?
flattering.
My god, I'm
Apologies. I didn't mean to sound clinical.
Once I'm gone, you'll probably be able to shut down this part of the ring.
I think I'll keep it actually. To add color.
Jack, you aren't starting to enjoy botany, are you?
I think I'll keep it actually. To add color.
Jack, you aren't starting to enjoy...
Conversion process successful. Current strong.
Nice job. Once I finish replacing these wires, we should be able to get the lights on. Hera, verify all oxygen garden subsystems.
Subsystems within normal parameters.
Should be able to get the lights on. Right, Hera, I'm about done here. Oxygen garden subsystems. Do you see the access panel near me?
Within normal parameters.
I see the access panel.
Good. Now listen carefully. To restore power to the sector, we need a priming current in the power coupling. That means
I see the access panel.
you'll need to wait and throw the main breaker on my mark. Got it?
Acknowledged. I will await your command before throwing the breaker. Removing utility cover. Please stand by.
I've got to pump the primer handle before you throw the breaker.
I will await your command before throwing the breaker.
Let me know when you're ready and I'll count us down.
On your command.
Acknowledged. Throw the switch in 3, 2, 1. I'm clear.
Oxygen garden operational. Environmental control systems restored.
That's one more system we don't have to worry about.
That's the whole minute.
Hopefully it stays that way.
Don't jinx it, Jack.
Environmental
There's no wood to knock on around here. That's one more system we don't have to worry about.
That's the whole minute.
Hopefully it stays that way.
Don't jinx it, Jack. Well, there's still the ground fault in the cargo bay. Temperature spike in core containment. What's next on the agenda?
Let's investigate the temperature spike in core containment.
Okay, follow me.
Let's investigate the temperature spike in core containment.
Okay, follow me.
Find anything?
Nothing conclusive. Your body is radiation hardened. Care to take a look inside?
I'll see what I can ascertain.
Hera, disable all containment safety protocols and unseal the hatch.
Acknowledged. Awaiting manual
I'll see what I
operation.
can ascertain.
Head on in. I'll see you on the other side.
Acknowledged. Awaiting manual operation.
See you on the other side.
I should finish calibrating my radiation shield before we continue.
Acknowledged. Standing by.
I should finish calibrating my
Module A,
radiation shield before we
251.
continue.
Radiation shield.
Standing by.
Module A, 251. Your scanner can detect hazardous radiation fields capable of damaging you. Please activate your scanner and use it to assess the irradiated area ahead. Your scanner places tracking points that display the area's radiation level. When you are ready to proceed, please exit the activation pod. Higher levels of radiation will drain your shield faster. The radiation monitor on your wrist displays the radiation level of your current location. Please keep it in mind. Calibration module complete. Please stand by. Displays the radiation level of
Radiation shield fully operational.
Copy that. Let's get started by opening the core enclosures. The code is 5826.
authorization accepted. Warning. Radiological activity detected.
Well, that explains the temperature spike.
At least one of the fusion cores is leaking radiation.
Your scanner should help you zero in on the source.
At
Nice
least one
shot.
of the fusion cores
I'd
is
say
leaking
that warrants a
radiation.
closer look. I'll activate the I/O port so you can scan it to open the enclosure. Nice shot.
Enclosure unlocked.
You'll need to scan the individual cores to determine which is causing the problem.
Microfractures in the fuel assembly. Radiation at unsafe levels.
That could contaminate the entire fuel reserve. We'll need to jettison the core.
Microfractures in the fuel
To
assembly.
unlock it, enter
Radiation at
6102
unsafe
at the central console. Once you open the conduit, you'll need to seat the
Emergency
core into the
disposal
launch tube
conduit
and
online.
lever to eject it. Keep an
Fusion
eye on your
core
shield
marked for
levels while you're in
disposal.
transit.
Stand by.
Open the conduit.
Emergency disposal conduit. Awaiting manual confirmation. Radioactive material jettisoned.
The area is still irradiated.
Awaiting
There has to be another damaged core. Check the other enclosures.
I'll keep looking.
A second
The
hotspot.
area is still
I'm
irradiated.
activating the I/O port so you can check the enclosure. Check the other enclosures.
I'll keep looking.
A second hotspot. I'm activating the I/O port so you can check the enclosure.
This core is similarly damaged.
Bloody hell. It has to go. Punch in 7641 at the central console
This
to
core is
unlock it.
similarly damaged.
Same routine here. Run it to the disposal conduit and jettison the core.
Emergency disposal conduit online.
Same routine here.
Fusion core marked for disposal. Stand by. Emergency disposal conduit online. Awaiting manual confirmation. Fusion core marked for disposal. Radioactive material jettisoned.
Radiation levels returning to normal.
Thank God for that. Looks like we live to fight another day. Let's shut the enclosures so we can get you out of there. Re-enter the code in the center console. 5826.
Core containment re-engaged.
Worst where? Maybe you should use your ARM computer to upload to another shell?
Re-engaged. Initiating manual reboot.
Worst where?
Reboot initiated.
Use your ARM computer to upload to another shell?
Reboot initiated.
I'll meet you on the other side, by the hatch. I'll meet you on the other side. Looking sharp, Jack. Did you get dolled up for me? Looking sharp, Jack. Did you get dolled up for me? Chamber temperature is back within normal limits. Nice job in there, Jack.
Thank you.
Guess that means we're on the way to the ground fault in the cargo bank. Follow me, Jack. One of the cargo banks must be malfunctioning. We probably blew a fuse. I'd start by checking the fuse compartment at each cargo bank. Hera, unlock them, please. I'd start by checking the fuse compartment. Don't pull any good fuses, or we'll have loads more cleanup to do. Hera,
Current looks stable. No problems here.
keep looking. Something went wrong in here.
Current looks stable. No problems. Power flow restored. Backlogs coming online.
Copy that. Go ahead and secure the cargo.
How did that even happen?
Just one more to go. Power flow restored. Backlogs coming
Get
online.
in there, you stupid.
Copy that. Go ahead and secure the
Cargo
How
secured.
did that even happen?
Let's lock the system down to make sure this doesn't happen again.
I'll throw the lockdown lever.
Lockdown engaged.
Thanks, Jack. Feel better already. Let's move on, shall we?
I'll throw the lockdown lever.
Right, that ought to do it.
Engaged.
Thanks, we're all set. Hey, Jack, let's move on, shall we? High five. Right, that ought to do it. We're all set. Hey, Jack, let's move on, shall we? High five.
Oh, God.
Oh, fine, be that way. Well, thanks for your help, regardless.
Okay.
That's what I'm here for.
Microphone practice.
Here, I
There we
thought
go.
it was to keep me from going round the bend. Thanks for your help, regardless.
Okay.
That's what I'm here for.
Microphone practice. Okay, we're in.
Of course, I'm likely past the point of no return on that one already.
Okay, we're in. God.
Captain Rhodes, full spectrum scan of the anomaly is complete.
All right, Hera. Push the results to the holo table in the EVA staging area.
Acknowledged. Full
on,
spectrum
Jack.
scan of the anomaly.
Let's go have a look at the results. Push the results. Maybe we'll learn something useful about this anomaly of ours.
That does seem likely, considering we currently know nothing at all.
Results. Suppose I can't argue with that.
EVA rig secured. Initializing advanced movement systems. Stand by for calibration. Secured. Module M201. Primary boosters. Module M201. Primary boosters. Your EVA pack allows you to boost forward in the direction you are looking. When you are ready, please exit the activation pod and use your EVA boost to reach the console ahead. When you are ready, please exit. Well done. Please press the hollow button to continue. Now boost to the end of the hall before the walls close in on you. Multiple boosts may be required. Please press the hollow button. Excellent.
So bad. Why am I so
Module
bad?
M116. Braking thrusters. This module will calibrate your braking thrusters, which allow you to stop in place without grabbing any surface. Please exit the activation pod and proceed to the room ahead. There are 2 target zones in the next room. Please boost into one of the zones and use your braking thrusters to come to a full stop. Success! There are 2 targets. Use your braking thrusters to stop inside target zone B. Calibration complete. Please stand by.
EVA rigs are on that rack just inside the airlock.
EVA rig fully functional. Ready to disembark.
Once the airlock has cycled, head outside and make your way to the anomaly.
Get a scan if possible, but don't put yourself at any unnecessary risk.
Understood.
Head outside. Copy. Way to the anomaly. Airlock controls. Get a scan if possible. Pull down on the handle to close the inner door. Any unnecessary risk.
Understood.
I'm going back up to the bridge. I can keep a better eye on your status from there. Keep this comm channel open. Maintain constant contact. I'm going back
Copy
up to the
that.
bridge.
Hold down on the handle to seal the inner airlock door.
Keep this comm channel open. Maintain constant contact. I'm going back
Copy that.
Hold down on the handle to seal the inner airlock door.
Keep this comm channel open. Maintain constant contact.
Interesting.
Depressurization
Okay.
complete.
Yes.
Ready for EVA departure.
Be careful out there.
Interesting.
Depressurization
Okay.
complete. Ready
Yes.
for EVA departure.
Be careful out there.
Exiting port side airlock.
Copy. Jesus, Jack. Are you alright?
Affirmative. Minor disruption.
I think those
Exiting
disturbances
port
might
side
actually be electromagnetic pulses. You might not be able to scan the anomaly up close, but I think we can
Affirmative.
reconfigure a
Minor
geological
disruption.
sensor to do the trick.
How so?
Well, if we can use it to read fluctuations in the magnetic field, we should be able to get a look inside. There's just one, well,
How so?
several problems. If we can use it to read fluctuations
Go on.
failures all over the facility. For this plan to work, we'll first need to clear up some problems in the container field, the primary dig site,
Go on.
and the processing field.
Send the details to my ARM computer.
Done. Let me know when you arrive at the sites. Primary dig site. And
Approaching container field.
I'm
Send the
picking up
details.
latent radiological activity in that area.
Something must have contaminated the cargo.
There's no way we'll get a clear read on the anomaly with that interference. You'll need to find the source of the radiation and jettison it.
My scanner should help me track down the culprit.
Best guess, I'd say you're looking for levels around 80 or 90 decibels. If you get into trouble, remember you can use the Fury module's induction panel to recharge your shields.
Fury hitch released.
Autopilot's taking over. So far, so good. Fury module's induction panel to recharge your shields.
Fury hitch released.
Autopilot's taking over. So far, so good. Ah! Jack? Are you alright?
Affirmative. But the container was breached. The contamination is spreading.
Well, that certainly didn't go as planned. Okay, I've got an idea.
Affirmative.
If I release the container's maglock, the Fury should just carry it away. Well, that certainly didn't go as planned. Or it would if the controls were actually responding. You know what? Screw it. Just cut the power. Maybe that'll do it.
Considering the damage, are you sure that's wise?
Wise? Definitely not. But will it work? Only one way to find out. Maybe that'll do it.
Considering the damage, are you sure that's wise?
Shields at 50%.
Do I need to mention this is a gross violation of protocol?
It's either this or risk contaminating the entire shipment. Sometimes you just have to improvise. Ah!
To mention this is a
Holy
gross violation of
What the
protocol.
hell just happened? Either this.
Explosive decompression. The escaping gas caused the container to jettison itself.
Okay, so not exactly what we were aiming for.
Explosive decompression. The escaping gas caused the container.
Well, I suppose that takes care of our radiation. I'm still trying to work out just how the hell we wound up with a container full of concentrated deuterium.
I'm not certain. Deuterium is a byproduct of helium-3 atomic decay.
But helium-3 is a stable isotope. It would take centuries for it to decay.
Deuterium is a
Doesn't make any
byproduct
sense.
of helium-3. I need to seal the inner airlock door before I can
It's a
leave.
stable isotope. It would take
What
centuries
the
for it
fuck
to decay. Doesn't make any sense.
I need to seal the inner airlock door.
Oh, here it is. Gotcha. What the fuck? Oh, here it is. Gotcha.
Something must have interfered with the nav protocols.
Yeah, looks like. Labor units shouldn't just run face first into a hostile environment. More debris.
Something must have interfered.
Make sure you clear any jammed conveyors before moving on. Labor units shouldn't just run face first into a hostile environment. More debris. Make sure you clear any jammed conveyors before moving on.
Melted clean through.
Maintenance units shouldn't be entering the line while the cutting systems are active. Something's very wrong here.
Step 1 is closing the inner airlock door.
Units shouldn't be entering the line while the cutting systems are active. Any sign of a working hard drive in all this wreckage?
Not yet. Most command functions are processed in a unit's head.
Well, if you see one, give it a scan. Any sign of use the data.
Pallet clear.
Stubborn bastard.
Most command functions are processed in a unit's head. Approaching watch station.
The switch there should trigger an emergency reboot.
Reset in progress.
Oh, power output back within normal parameters.
Approaching watch station.
We should have plenty of energy for the scan. Nice moves in there. Just watching that was giving me a cardiac. We're almost there. We still need to investigate the primary dig site. Update me when you arrive. Just watching that was giving me a cardiac. We're almost there. We still need to investigate. Update me when you arrive.
Approaching primary dig site.
Any sign of activity? The whole site's gone dark and we need the comms array there to boost the data buffer from our sensor sweep.
All systems appear offline. Emergency
Sign
lighting
of
only.
activity. Damn. Well, clearly something went wrong here.
All systems appear offline. Emergency lighting only.
Well, clearly something went wrong here. Anyway, better get to it. Let me know what you find.
Dampener online. Geiger readings nominal.
Nice job. That should buy you some time. If the dampener goes down again, you can recharge the battery back at the Fury. Based on the radiation, I bet that generator has a damaged core. Look for a maintenance panel that you can cut open.
Maintenance panel removed.
How's it look?
The main reactor appears to be intact, but the fuel rod is partially melted.
Damn it. Better jettison it then. It may be good to scan it first, though. Data could prove useful.
Fuel rod jettisoned. Generator systems offline.
Radiation dissipated. That core seems to have been the only source.
Good work. Now just get the generator a new fuel rod and re-engage the locking mechanism.
Radiation dissipated.
There should be a spare in the site's core enclosure. Good work.
New core acquired. Returning to the generator.
There should be a spare in the
New
site's
fuel element accepted.
New core
Please
acquired.
re-engage safety protocols. Connection with primary dig site re-established.
Excellent. I pulled a few labor units out of mothballs to mount the antenna while you finish the repairs.
Connection with
You'll need to assemble them before you move on. A Fury transport should arrive with them shortly. Units out of mothballs to mount the antenna while you finish the repairs. You'll need to assemble them before you move on. A Fury transport should arrive with them shortly.
Labor unit online. Proceeding with primary assignment. Echo unit appears unstable in zero gravity unit online. Proceeding with primary assignment. Echo unit appears unstable in zero gravity unit online. Proceeding with primary assignment. Labor unit online.
Labor units
Proceeding
online.
with primary
With them
assignment.
managing the data flow, you'll be free to operate the sensor once we're ready to scan. Jack, looks like everything's back up and running.
Affirmative.
Grab a Fury and head for the depleted dig site. I'll fill you in on the way. Oh, and Jack, if you have a moment,
Affirmative.
search the primary dig site for another labor unit. I'm getting a signal from one nearby and we could use the extra set of hands.
En route to the depleted dig site.
Good. When you get there, you'll need to aim the sensor array at the anomaly. I'm heading out to rig up the transponder.
I thought we agreed that you'd stay on board the station.
Sorry, Jack. I need a direct line into the lathe systems to siphon the power supply.
I thought we agreed that you'd stay on board the station.
Sorry, Jack. I need a direct line into the lathe systems to siphon the power supply. Don't worry. I'm rated to repair high-yield plasma emitters. I know what I'm doing. Mostly.
I've reached the depleted dig site. Are you in position?
Just arrived. I'm rated to repair. Go ahead and bring it online. I'll manage the power supply. Mostly.
Affirmative. I'll activate the site's generator. Are you in position?
Right. Just make sure you've completed all your other tasks before you get started. This scan could take a
I'll
while.
activate the site's generator.
Sensor powering on.
Confirmed. You'll need to rotate the dish so it faces the anomaly before we can get a clear reading.
Sensor powering on.
Confirmed. You'll need to rotate the dish so it faces the anomaly before we can get a clear reading. Jack, it's working. The signal's getting stronger. Keep going. Confirmed. You'll need to rotate the dish so it faces the anomaly.
The array is now pointed at the epicenter of the anomaly.
Perfect. Getting stronger. Keep going. Give me a minute to process the data.
The array is now pointed at the epicenter.
Jack, what happened? Perfect. I lost my connection to the sensor.
Energy spike from the anomaly. I think it blew the fuse.
Shit. Jack, what happened? Those sensors are sealed. I lost my connection to the sensor.
Energy
Okay,
spike
you'll
from
need to
the
cut
anomaly.
through to access
I
the
think it
fuse
blew the
box.
fuse. This has to be against protocol.
Well, I find it's easier to get things done if you think of the field manual as guidelines rather than regulations.
The filament popped. We'll need a new one.
There should be plenty of spare fuses around. Look for a replacement.
Power level stabilizing.
Good. Let's get the sensor back online so we can finish the scan.
Sensors back online.
Connection established. Now we just need to realign the array.
Signal synchronized. Scanning inner horizon.
Liv, array is realigned. Can you confirm?
Established. Now we just need to realign
Liv,
the
do you
array.
copy?
I think it works, Jack. I picked up something on the oscilloscope. I'm patching the audio through.
Liv, do you copy?
Do you hear that? It works, Jack. What the hell is this? I'm patching the audio through. Ah!
Liv. Olivia.
Jack, I need you. Find a Fury transport and get back here now. Ah!
Liv. Olivia.
Jack, I need you. Find a Fury transport and get back here now. Jack, I need you. Find a Fury transport and get back here now. Jack, I need you. Find a Fury transport and get back here now. Jack! Over here! Oh, thank God for you. Jack, it just switched on.
Captain Rhodes. Sitrep, please.
The automatic release protocols aren't working. I'm wedged between the trolley and the rail. Can you see a way to get me out?
Sitrep, please.
The automatic release protocols aren't working.
Negative. It's trapped beneath the cowl.
The trolley and the rail. The access cover. If you cut through the bolts, we can get a look inside.
Negative. It's trapped beneath the cowl.
There!
Anomaly detected. Proximity alert.
Jack?
The pulse knocked out my cutting tool.
Jack!
Rebooting.
Look! The anomaly is changing. What the hell? Jack, are you seeing this? Oh my God. Shit!
Control back online.
Incoming,
Liv.
Jack! Jack, are you seeing this? Oh my God. Shit! Incoming, Jack!
Liv? Liv, do you copy? Are you all right? Liv? Liv, do you copy? Are you all right?
This can't be good.
Shit. Come on. Oh, fuck. That is not good. I'm sure this works too. Shit. Come on. Oh, fuck. That is not good. There we go.
Hera, I have a visual on the Fury. Is it ready to launch?
Negative. Detecting hazardous levels of radiation. Fury controls are currently locked in accordance with Atlas
Hera, I have a
protocols.
visual on
Please
Fury.
activate
Is
the
it ready to
transport's
launch?
radiation dampener before departure. Hazardous levels of radiation. Fury controls are currently locked in accordance with Atlas protocols. Please activate the transport's radiation dampener before departure.
Dampening field activated.
Acknowledged. Long-range sensor satellite located. Plotting course.
All right, let's go find our captain. Dampening field activated.
Select your destination. Long-range sensor
right, let's go find our captain.
Select your destination. Select your destination.
Hera, status report.
Oh, come on.
Must be completed before
Why did that not
long-range
fling
sensors
me?
can be restored.
Understood.
God
Hera,
damn.
what are these unusual growths covering the satellite?
Oh, come
Unknown.
on. Whoa.
Recommend further
Why did that not fling
investigation.
me? Okay, I'll take it.
Understood.
I'll take it.
Begin new log entry.
Acknowledged.
Growths covering the satellite.
Oh, come
Unknown.
on. Whoa.
Recommend further investigation.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Strange.
Acknowledged.
Hera, did you see that? The substance seemed to come alive when the battery got close to it. I think it may be feeding off the power field. I should probably refrain from touching it while in that state. Battery locked in. The power is waking up the unknown substance.
Advise caution.
I should now to switch the power controls to battery back. A fibrous texture. It does not appear to damage my exoskeleton.
Echo 1. Advise you refrain from haphazardly touching the unidentified substance.
Well, too late now.
Recommend completing a threat assessment. Be advised, physical contact with the substance while it is active is not recommended. Advise only touching the substance in its dormant state.
This panel is sealed on deployment. I'll need to cut it open to access the power flow controls. Commencing visual assessment. Substance possesses an uneven surface and visible diversity, suggesting it is likely organic in nature. Its sudden emergence in our ecosystem would seem to indicate the substance is somehow related to the arrival of the unknown vessel. That did it. The satellite is now fully operational. Hera, please begin a long-range sensor sweep looking for any Fury transports.
Acknowledged. Investigation complete. Logging all observations of the biomass under the heading Unknown Biological Threat.
Here we
Very
go.
well. Now to investigate this unknown substance covering the satellite.
Echo 1. Long-range scanners have located Captain Rhodes' Fury transport. Signal originates from within the unknown vessel.
Understood. Plot a course.
Acknowledged. Fury transport ready to depart. Select your destination. Signal originates from within the vessel.
Understood. Plot a course.
Acknowledged. Fury transport ready to
Hera,
Select
take
your
us along the
destination.
starboard side of the vessel. Begin scanning the hull for distinguishing features or markings.
Acknowledged.
Hera, take us along the starboard side of the vessel. Begin scanning the hull. Hera, could this be some form of writing system?
Cross-referencing against all known written communication systems in the Atlas Interplanetary Database. No matches found.
Assemble a table for lexical analysis. We need to keep moving.
Acknowledged. Re-engaging thrusters on your input. No matches found.
Assemble a
Select
table
your
for lexical
destination.
analysis. We need to keep moving.
Acknowledged. Re-engaging thrusters on your input. Select your destination. Warning, obstruction ahead. Searching for alternate route.
Dead end. I can use the Fury spotlight to help Hera find a clear path.
Warning, obstruction ahead. Searching for alternate route.
Dead end. I can use the Fury spotlight to help Hera find a
What?
clear path. There. That passage looks clear. Hera, can you confirm?
Affirmative. Plotted. Plotted. Signal when ready to proceed.
There. That passage
Select
looks
your
clear.
destination.
Hera, can you confirm?
Plotted. Signal when ready to proceed. Select your destination. Emergency shutdown sequence complete.
Liv's signal is coming from somewhere in the vicinity. I should investigate the area.
Emergency
The vessel is
shutdown
highly
sequence
irradiated.
complete.
Liv's transport must have had a radiation dampener. I may be able to reactivate it. That should protect me from the radiation. Liv must have used this to find a way inside. I may be able to reactivate it.
God damn it.
The hull here is compromised. I may be able to cut my way in. Liv must have used this to find a way inside. I may be able to reactivate it.
God damn it.
The hull here is compromised. I may be able to cut my way in.
Fuck.
This looks like some kind of maintenance conduit. I may be able to restore power to this section of the ship from here.
Let's get classic.
This looks like some kind of maintenance conduit. I may be able to restore power to this section of the ship from here.
Let's get classic.
This looks like some kind of biomass over there went dormant when the power failed. It seems to be tied directly to the vessel's power grid.
What the hell? No, please don't. That's bad. That was close.
It seems to be tied
That was
directly
very
to the vessel's
close.
power grid.
What the hell? No, please don't. That's bad. That was close. That was very close. There you go. No, please don't. That was close. There you go.
These spores detonate on contact. They would deplete my radiation shield in short order if I don't avoid them. These spores detonate on contact. They would deplete my radiation shield in short order if I don't avoid them.
Hell. Hell.
That was repulsive. The cysts appear to relate to external energy sources, just like the biomass. Only the reaction is much more hostile. I'll need to steer clear of the cysts. External energy sources, just like the biomass. The reaction is much more hostile. I'll need to steer clear of the God damn it. Fuck. Fuck. There we go. Fucking second try, I guess. There we go. Fucking second try. Shit. significant airborne contamination.
A concentrated energy burst can destroy unattached biomass. Your reactive cutter may be able to clear some of the spores.
Contamination.
A concentrated energy burst can destroy unattached biomass. Your reactive cutter may be able to clear some of the spores. A concentrated energy burst.
quarters are in this wing, just beyond the main control room. You're nearly there. The crew quarters are in this wing, just beyond the main control room. This is the TACCOM station. We can scan the ship from the terminal here once we've awakened the crew. The cryo chamber should be nearby. This is it, Jack. We have arrived at the cryo chamber. Some of the pods are still operational. To revive the crew, we'll need to restore the power grid.
How can I reach the power systems?
The emergency generator is beneath us. Look around for a utility hatch. We'll need to restore the power grid.
How can I reach the power systems?
The emergency generator is beneath us. Look around for a utility hatch.
How can I reach the power systems? The contamination is increasing in density.
The biomass feeds on power currents. Reactivating the ship's systems may
Oh
make
man, I
navigation
forgot
more
about the fucking
treacherous.
board surfing.
We should proceed with caution. The biomass
Oh, shit.
That's the generator up ahead. Reactivating the fusion reaction is completely inert.
I forgot
We'll
about
need to execute a jump start.
How do I reboot the system?
I'm an idiot.
3 power cells to complete the procedure.
I'll collect what we need.
Completely inert. To execute a jump start.
This power cell is drained. We'll need to find a way to recharge this before returning to the generator. This power cell is drained. We'll need to find a way to recharge this before returning to the generator.
It's working. The power cell is accepting the charge. It's working. The power cell is accepting the charge. Positive contact. The power cell is in place and ready to fire.
I'll look for additional cells.
The power cell is accepting the charge. Positive contact. The power cell is in place and ready to fire.
I'll look for additional cells.
The power cell is in place and ready to fire.
I'll look for additional cells.
God, we forgot to do this too. God, we forgot to do this too.
Another unpowered cell.
We'll need to recharge this one as well.
Shit! Fuck! Are you kidding me? Fuck! Are you kidding me? Oh my god! Are you serious? Oh shit! Oh, fuck! Are you kidding me? Come on! Are you kidding me? Oh my god! Are you serious? I don't even know. Fucking shit! God! Come on! There it is. I don't even know. Fucking shit! God! Get the fuck in there. Talk about de-rust. How do I even fuck that up? It's amazing. Talk about de-rust. Okay. How do I even fuck that up?
Injecting fusion material. You can now use the console to bring the generator back online.
Boy.
Be prepared to move quickly. Radiation levels will climb rapidly once the reaction begins.
Power current stable. Radiation levels climbing.
Quickly, we should return to the cryo chamber. We may be able to revive the crew from the reaction.
Radiation levels climbing.
Quickly, we should return to the cryo chamber. We may be able to revive the crew.
Clearing radiation zone.
Excellent work. Now, we must revive the crew. The hibernation controls at the center of the room can release the security protocols and begin decompression. Now, we must revive the crew. The hibernation controls at the center of the room can release the security protocols and begin decompression.
No sinus rhythm. Negative respiration.
E.T. Miller. Unfortunate. Sensor expertise would have been
No
invaluable.
sinus rhythm. Negative respiration.
E.T. Miller. Unfortunate. Sensor expertise would have been. Gunnery Chief Giles. Very resilient. A discouraging loss. Gunnery Chief Ensign Leitner. 25 years old. A discouraging. Barely old enough to hold an Atlas commission.
Apollo, these are Atlas personnel? My captain and I are members of the Atlas Initiative.
Captain Olivia Rhodes, Prospecting Division. Disappeared 400 years ago in 2126.
And I are members of the
A
Atlas
very
Initiative.
impressive file.
Disappeared.
I am sorry, Jack. But the Echo model has been obsolete for centuries. It is overwhelmingly likely your commander is dead and that you are, I am sorry, Jack, malfunctioning. But the Echo model has been obsolete for centuries. It is
Looks like a senior officer.
Lieutenant Commander McClintock, head of tactical ops.
Apollo, if the biomass compromised this cryo chamber, it is unlikely any other...
I have a duty to this ship and her crew. I must be sure. If we collect the commander's biometric data, we can use the TACCOM station to scan the rest of the ship for survivors. Captain, open the pod and find the I/O port on her spacesuit. Help me upload to the main terminal here. Once I've brought the diagnostic systems online, it should only take a moment to scan for survivors. Mainframe access achieved. Initiating scan. Please stand by. Once I've brought the diagnostic systems online, it should only take a moment to scan for survivors. There has to be more.
Apollo, what's happening?
No one left. I have.
Apollo, what's happening? Apollo! Apollo! The safety of the Atlas Corporation is your responsibility. Live is your responsibility. Apollo! Apollo, please. Don't let me fail my mission.
Emergency. Urgent distress call follows. Kronos 2 station compromised. Life support failure. All hands have abandoned ship. Emergency. Urgent distress call follows.
Kronos 2 was destroyed by a
Life
cosmic
support
event.
failure. All
Liv
hands
is
have
alive,
abandoned ship.
Apollo. This is 2126. You were that cosmic event. You can still help me save an officer of the Atlas Initiative. Liv is alive. This is 2126. You were that cosmic event. You can still help
I have
me save
detected an
officer of
electrical
the Atlas
disturbance in
Initiative.
main life support. It appears someone is trying to access environmental control.
Liv, she's alive. How do I get there?
I'm opening a channel to your station's adjutant. I believe I can commandeer one of your Fury transports.
Liv, she's
You
alive.
should be able to reach it with the airlock in this room. I'm opening a channel to your station's adjutant.
Select your destination. Select your destination. Select your destination. Warning, now leaving mission area. Arriving at destination.
The exit door is at the rear of the cannon. We are closing in on your captain. The air duct here should connect to environmental control.
Arriving at destination.
The exit
Service access located.
This air duct leads directly to main life support. The air duct here, not far now.
Arriving at destination.
Service access located.
This air duct
Come
leads
on,
directly
Liv. You've been through worse. Jack!
Service access located.
Jack, you're here. You're really here.
Are you injured?
Jack. Oh, nothing permanent. Really here. But I'm down to my last tank.
Injured.
And it's running low on air. Oh, nothing. What's going on? This ship. There are people on here. But I'm down to my last. They're wearing Atlas uniforms. It's running low on air. Oh, nothing. What's going on? This ship. There are people on here. But I'm down to my last. They're wearing Atlas uniforms. None of this makes any sense, Jack. What's going on? How the hell did you find me? None of this makes any sense, Jack. How the hell did you...
Jack,
Shit.
I think I can interface with the ship's computer here.
I may be able to show you.
Jack, be careful with that. We don't know what anything in here does.
I'm familiar with this design. I may be able to show you.
What are you doing?
Connecting to the main computer. Maybe it can help us.
I tried getting it online.
I'm familiar with this
I
design.
think it's trashed.
Systems compatible. Rebooting diagnostic
Connecting to the main
protocols.
computer. Maybe
the
it can
hell?
help us.
Identity verified. Captain Olivia Rhodes. Updating personnel files. Rebooting
Jack,
diagnostic
what's going on? Who?
Identity verified.
What is that?
Captain Olivia Rhodes. Updating personnel files.
Jack, what's going on?
I am Apollo. Tactical AI construct aboard the Estrella. In accordance with succession protocols, this ship, such that it is, belongs to you.
Congratulations on your promotion.
Seriously, Jack. What the hell is that thing?
Congratulations on your promotion.
Seriously, Jack. What the hell is that? All right, Apollo. Tell me how to get life support back online.
Emergency systems are unable to cope with damage on this scale. To restore life support, we'll need to activate the main reactor.
Jack, can we trust this thing?
Systems are unable to cope with damage on this scale. To restore life support, we'll need to activate the main reactor.
Jack, can we... Don't suppose we have another option, do we? Apollo, can you restart the reactor from here?
Negative. The failure is mechanical. Someone will need to enter the core. I suggest a division of labor. I'll talk you through the repairs here, while Jack brings main power back online. His radiation shield should offer adequate protection.
I don't suppose there's another option.
Measures here, but their odds of success are bleak. His radiation shield should offer adequate protection.
I don't suppose there's another option.
One of the access vents leads to a main artery of the electrical grid. If you follow the conduit there, it should lead you to the reactor. Captain Rhodes, there is a utility hatch behind you. Inside, you will find the main power distribution block.
Acknowledged. On it.
Captain Rhodes, there is a
All right,
utility
Jack.
hatch behind you. Inside,
See you
will
on the
find
other
the main
side.
power distribution block.
Acknowledged. On it. All right, Jack.
Here we go.
See you on the other side. All right, Apollo, you're the tactical AI. Is there an explanation for all the guns?
The Estrella was constructed as a ship of the line assigned to security detail on Ceres.
Ship of the line. Is there an explanation for all the guns? The solar system's been united since colonization began.
There is no simple explanation for someone from the colonial age.
So, if you're from the future, what happens to us?
That information is of no strategic relevance.
Oh, come on. I am the captain. So, if you're... Do I have to pull rank?
Official records indicate Kronos 2 was destroyed by an unexplained spatial phenomenon. Olivia Rhodes was designated missing in
Come
action.
on.
There is no mention of Jack.
That's not exactly encouraging.
Apologies. I am programmed for fire control and tactical models. I do not excel at giving bad news.
The contamination here is significant.
The added energy of the ship's electrical systems appears to stimulate the biomass.
So it's feeding on the systems we're about to reactivate.
Added energy of the ship's electrical
Great.
systems appears to... I didn't say it was a perfect plan.
So it's feeding on the systems we're about to reactivate. Great.
What class of reactor is this? Fusion, I assume?
Yes, but not the kind you would be familiar with. It is catalyzed by antimatter.
Antimatter?
What class
You're
of
asking
reactor
Jack
is
to
this?
handle
Fusion,
antimatter?
I assume?
Oh, not directly. He'll just be pointing high-intensity plasma beams at it. It's very safe. You can handle that, can't you, Jack? Oh, not directly. He'll just be pointing
I don't know.
high-intensity plasma.
This task is outside the scope of my programming.
Sometimes I really wish you could lie to me, Jack.
I've reached the control room.
Excellent. Once you enter the main chamber, assess the status of the satellite generators. They power the magnetic containment field.
I've reached
Is
the
that how
control
you
room.
stabilize the antimatter?
Affirmative.
I'm able to draw power from this. I can use it to replenish my radiation shield if necessary.
Magnetic containment
Is that how you stabilize the antimatter?
field. Affirmative.
Shields at 95%.
I can use it to replenish my radiation shield if necessary.
Get in there. Get in there, you stupid boy.
Shields at 95%.
Fucking. Are you serious? Fucking finally. This way. Get in there, you stupid boy. Fucking. Are you serious?
Power cells in place.
Confirmed. Now re-establish the generator's link to the containment field. Look for a control panel nearby.
Are you serious?
Power cells in place.
Confirmed. Now re-establish magnetic field stabilizing.
And radiation levels increasing.
So they are. I'd get that last generator online as fast as possible if I were you. Once it's active, the containment field should be strong enough for us to restart the reactor. I'd get that last generator online as fast as possible if I were you. Once it's active, the containment field should be strong enough for us to restart the reactor.
Final generator operational. Now to connect it to the containment field. Final generator operational. Now to connect it to the containment field.
Magnetic containment field fully operational. It should hold during reactivation.
Should.
Theoretically. We'll know for sure once Jack is returned to the control room and aligned the plasma beams with the core's intake valves. Do make sure they're in the right position, Jack. The reactor won't initialize unless they're perfectly aligned. Plasma streams aligned. Ready for main reactor systems coming online. Initiating reaction in 3, 2, 1. Plasma streams aligned. Ready for main reactor systems coming online.
What was that?
One of the complications I spoke of. Fortunately, it does not seem to have caused any further damage to the reactor.
So we're not all about to go out in giant antimatter annihilation event then?
Not presently, no. It does not
I'll take
seem
it.
to have caused any further
Great job,
damage.
Jack. Now get back up here as soon as you can. I may need your help to finish this up.
I'm en route. You must be joking.
As predicted, our repairs appear to have disturbed the
Get
biomass.
back up here as soon as
I recommend caution.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Those service pylons are now online. You can use your scanner to activate them.
I'll look for an I/O port.
Those service pylons are now online.
Shit.
I'll look for an I/O port. Conduit clear. Almost there.
We need to reconnect the main power conduit. Just be careful. The current is now live.
Ow! Thanks for the warning.
Conduit clear. Almost there.
Jesus.
Shit.
Jack.
Just be careful.
Cool as. Cool as.
System coming online.
Reboot initiated.
Jack? What happened?
Shit.
I lost you on comms.
My shell was infected by the biomass.
Infected?
Reboot initiated.
Jack? Guess it's a good thing I didn't touch you.
Shit.
I lost you on comms.
My shell was infected by the biomass.
Infected? Jack? Guess it's a good thing I didn't touch you. we're about ready to repressurize the chamber.
Jack, please seal the vent doors behind you before attempting to activate the system. Pressure seal verified.
I'm good
You
for
can now cycle
PB.
the flow control from the main console. Flow control open and stable. Exercise caution around vent openings during gas infusion.
I'm good for PB.
Thank God for that.
Flow control open and stable.
Pressure levels rising.
Oxygen outflow higher than anticipated. Attempting to compensate. Warning. Pressure unstable.
Pressure levels rising.
Oxygen outflow higher than anticipated. Attempting to compensate. Attempting to compensate. Pressure unstable.
Pressure levels falling.
Oxygen outflow higher than anticipated. Attempting to compensate.
Pressure levels falling. I think there's a breach, but the ship's so full of holes I can't find the leak.
If you keep ramping up the pressure, you could tear a hole in the hull.
Apollo! Shut it down.
If you keep ramping up the pressure, you could...
Unable to maintain atmosphere.
Apollo! Shit. Shut it down.
We need to find a sector that we can repressurize.
The bridge is the most heavily reinforced section of the vessel. It likely survived the bombardment.
How far?
The bow of the ship. I'm opening the bulkhead into the main gangway. I have redirected your Fury transport to meet us.
How far?
The bow of the ship. I'm opening the bulkhead.
Warning. Oxygen levels critical. Return to habitat.
Better hurry.
Warning. Oxygen levels critical. Return to habitat.
Better hurry.
Come on. Come on. Let's go.
Select your destination.
Come on.
Hold on.
I'm ready.
Let's go.
Punch it.
Please keep your hands up.
Warning. Now leaving mission area. Emergency shutdown sequence complete.
I'm ready. Punch it.
Please keep your hands up.
Warning. Now leaving
Here
mission
we are.
area.
The large
Emergency
door up
shutdown
ahead will take us to the
sequence
command deck.
I'm ready.
Olivia, wake up.
What? Yeah. I'm here.
The large door
I'm awake.
will take us to the command
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. I just
Wake up.
give me a minute. Yeah. You go ahead and lead the way. I'm awake. I'll be right behind
Are
you.
you all right? Wake up.
Just give me a minute. You go ahead and lead the way.
Warning. Oxygen levels
Right behind
critical.
you.
Return to habitat.
Shut up! Oh, 2. Down to 1%.
We need to get you to the bridge.
All right. Get the door. Oh, 2. Down to 1%.
We need to get you to the bridge.
All right. Get the door.
Come on, let's go. Liv, wake up.
Yeah, I'm here. Just a bit lightheaded.
Come on, let's go.
Let's just keep moving.
Liv, wake up.
The bridge is just up ahead.
I'm here. I don't see any spots on this deck.
No visible contamination of any kind.
There's got to be a good sign, right?
Right.
Not necessarily. The biomass primarily spreads through the ventilation system. Until we can inspect the vents, we cannot assume this deck is safe.
Apollo,
Necessarily.
I really hope you weren't the one in charge of morale on this ship.
Until we can inspect, we will need authorization from a command crew member to open the bridge airlock.
We don't have time for protocol, Apollo.
I'm sorry, but we cannot access the bridge without
Just
voice.
unlock the damn door, Apollo.
Voice authorization accepted. Airlock controls released. But we cannot access the bridge without
Just
voice.
unlock the damn door, Apollo.
Voice authorization accepted. Airlock controls released. We cannot access. Jack, Captain Rhodes has not entered the bridge.
Oh, fuck this shit. I always forget about this.
Liv? Olivia?
Captain
Yeah.
Rhodes is
Sorry,
Fuck this shit.
I'm good.
I always forget
Just
about
hold
this.
on. It won't be long now. Liv?
Captain Rhodes, I suggest you take your place at the command station.
Sorry.
And please try to remain conscious.
Hold on. It won't
Yeah.
be long now.
Captain Rhodes. Now, Jack, in order to restore atmospheric pressure, I will need to rewrite the bridge logic core. You will find it near the forward console.
Core
Now,
located.
Jack, the rewrite procedure is identical to the one we performed in life support.
Understood. I'll move the core to the override slot. Returning core. Core located. Core locked in. Do you have access?
Affirmative. I now have full control of all essential bridge functions.
How long will it take to depressurize the cabin?
Accessing environmental controls. Stand by. Affirmative. I now have
Warning.
full control of all
Oxygen reserves depleted. Return to habitat immediately.
accessing environmental
My OT is zeroed out.
Oxygen reserves depleted.
Try and stay calm, Olivia. There's still air in your suit. It should sustain you for a while longer.
Just hurry. Oh God,
Try to stay calm.
I can't.
There's still air in your
I
suit.
can't breathe.
It should sustain you for a while longer.
I'm afraid we have another complication.
What is it?
I'm detecting trace amounts of the biocontaminants in the bridge ventilation system. Any attempts to repressurize will flood the bridge with poisonous spores and kill the captain.
Tell me what to do.
The bridge environmental system consists of 4 air vents. You'll need to inspect each one. Incinerate any spores you find with your reactive cutter.
Got it.
The bridge environmental system.
Jack, I can't see. Everything's blurry.
Nitrogen levels in her blood are rising, activating an emergency medical capsule.
Liv, you have to stay with me. Keep your eyes open.
I can't.
Nitrogen
I can't.
Yes, you can. Focus.
Oh God. This
Keep your eyes open.
isn't happening.
Please, Liv. I need you to stay with me.
Come on.
Liv? Liv,
She's lost consciousness.
the vents are clear. Re-engage life support now.
Accessing environmental controls.
Come on.
Restoring atmospheric pressure. Oxygen outflow.
The vents are clear. Apollo?
Hull integrity is holding steady. It's working. Atmospheric pressure restored. Habitable zone established.
Breathable atmosphere detected.
Liv? Olivia?
Negative respiration. She's still not breathing.
Please.
Breathable atmosphere.
Liv,
detected.
wake up.
Ventricular fibrillation.
Olivia.
She's going into cardiac arrest.
What can I do?
There's an emergency please. There. In the medical. Wake up by the entrance. Ventricular fibrillation.
Oh, fuck it.
Apollo, the medical locker is sealed.
You should be able to cut it open.
I've got it. Quick, the medical locker is sealed.
Defibrillator online. Attach the electrode panels
I've got
directly
it.
to the medical. The current will pass straight through. You need to pump the handle to fill up the charge. When the power level reads blue, press the hollow button to administer the shock.
Clear.
Negative. Still in defib.
Again.
Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Clear.
Jack. She's gone.
No. Again. Please, Liv. Don't do this. Clear.
Jack.
Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Clear.
Okay.
I have sinus rhythm.
No. Again. Please, Liv.
She's
Don't
alive.
do this. Clear.
Jack?
Morning, sunshine.
Very funny. Jack?
Blood oxygen.
I'm not gonna world record,
Heart
but
rate 64 BPM.
I'm on
She's stabilized.
pace for a
How are
PB.
you feeling?
Like I've just been electrocuted.
I'm not gonna world record, but
You frightened me. I thought I'd lost you. How are you feeling?
You're going to miss me.
Hello, Captain Rhodes. I'm relieved to see you are not dead.
I thought I
Thanks.
lost you.
You won't let me out of this thing.
Due respect, Captain. Protocol requires you remain.
I do what she says, Apollo.
Thank you.
I'd like it noted for the record that I am strongly opposed
Noted.
to this decision.
I do what she says. Are you sure you're all right?
Just a little sore. I'll manage.
Apollo, what's happening?
Excessive damage to the power grid has triggered a rapid destabilization of the main reactor.
What does that mean?
If we don't find a way to stabilize the reactor, the containment field will collapse and destroy the ship.
Options?
There are a number of solutions I could
What
attempt,
does that mean?
but only one holds a reasonable chance of success.
Not gonna like this, am I?
We could execute a faster-than-light jump. The amount of energy expended by an FTL jump may be enough to stabilize the reactor.
Can the ship survive an FTL jump in its current state?
Unknown.
You'll understand if I'm not completely sold on this idea.
In truth, that's not actually our biggest problem.
Can the ship
Sure,
survive
because
an
it
FTL
really
jump
sounds
in
like
its
it from
current
where I'm
state?
sitting.
The last time this ship performed a faster-than-light jump resulted in radical temporal displacement.
Wait, you're saying if it's a jump, we're going to time travel?
I'm not certain, but it is possible.
This is insane.
The energy buildup is accelerating. We don't have much time.
Are we really doing this?
I don't see how we have a choice.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Looks like we're going for a ride.
Very well. Before we can execute the jump, we will need to redirect all available power to the FTL drive. This requires manually powering down all non-essential systems. I will walk you through the procedure.
Or we could just break them.
Well, yes. I suppose that would also work.
That's sort of brilliant, actually.
Or we could just break them.
Reactor destabilization.
Apollo, how do we access the primary system components?
Use the engineering station to open the maintenance panels.
All right, I'll expose the components. Jack, get ready to cut through as many of those systems as you can.
Let's
Got
go.
it.
There, panels open. Pick a system and start cutting.
On it.
Primary weapon systems
Get
disarmed.
ready. I think it's working, Jack. Try another.
Go.
Defensive countermeasures in operation.
We're getting close. Keep cutting.
Final computer disabled.
That's it! You did it, Jack!
Initiating jump lift.
Let's go, let's go! Apollo!
Main engines report green. Ready to execute FTL jump.
Do it!
FTL engaged. Jumping in 3, 2. FTL engaged.
Jack, are you alright?
No permanent damage. What about you?
A little shaken up. Other than that, are we?
No permanent
Stand by.
damage.
Taking a reading now.
Live. It's Saturn.
No.
I'm afraid Jack is correct, Captain. We are currently in geosynchronous orbit over Saturn.
Apollo, what is the current date?
Astrometric positioning would suggest we have arrived sometime in the mid-26th century.
We jumped forward
Apollo,
400
what is the
years.
current date?
Approximately. Astrometric
So
positioning.
this is your time.
To put it simply, yes, this is my time.
What happened here, Apollo?
You were looking at the aftermath of a skirmish this ship was involved in prior to our meeting each other.
Who are you fighting? Why were
What is that?
Contact. Incoming vessel.
more trouble?
Negative.
Wake
USN
up.
transponders.
Oops.
They're friendly.
Oh.
USN Estrella, this is Transport Cruiser Juno. Do you copy?
More trouble?
Negative.
Live. You should answer them.
I should?
USN Estrella, this
You
is
are the
Transport
captain.
Cruiser Juno. I say again, Estrella, do you read?
Yes.
You should
We
answer
read you,
them.
Juno. This is Olivia Rhodes. Captain Olivia Rhodes.
Estrella, do you copy that, Captain? We have a solid lock on your signal. We're also reading a tactical AI on board and a... Wait,
Olivia Rhodes.
I can't be right. Copy that, Captain. We have a solid lock
I am
on
an
your
Echo
signal.
unit, serial number
We're also reading a tactical AI.
E101-324.
I'm sorry, Estrella. Did you say you were an Echo unit?
You can just call him Jack.
An actual functioning echo unit? Must be quite a story there. Just sit tight. Rescue team's inbound. ETA 10 minutes.
You can just call him Jack. Understood.
Improvise.
Must be quite a story there.
So,
Sit tight. Rescue team's inbound. ETA
we're
10
stuck
minutes.
400 years in the future.
It would seem so, yes.
Well, approximately.
No way to get home.
PB,
No.
PB, PB.
Okay. So tell me,
Seems so, yes.
what's the proper protocol for this situation? No way. To...
Improvise.
PB, PB,
Good answer,
PB.
Jack. Okay.
Shit.
So tell me,
135.02. That's a PB.
Improvise.
135.02. That's a PB.